Hi, Professor Yerby here. In this module, I'm going to talk to you about digital or cyber forensics. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll start here with a presentation, and then we'll move and we'll kind of look through some different web links here. So first I want to start with a definition of what forensics is. So it involves obtaining and analyzing digital information for use as evidence in criminal or administrative cases. So all that is important. So this digital information is important. Analyzing is what we're going to do with the information. We're going to try to recreate a timeline of what has happened. Civil and criminal, those are both important depending on the type of case that you might be working on. The actions and the clearances and the things that you need prior to completing your investigation will vary, or administrative cases, perhaps it's not going to be civil or criminal, but it could be a work-related matter. While you're working in this area of cyber forensics or computer forensics or digital forensics, there's two important amendments that you'll need to be aware of. Amendment 4 is our right to protect us against unreasonable search and seizure. So if you're working on a criminal case, you'll need to make sure that you are authorized to acquire and search the information that you're going to be searching. You'll need to have warrants, subpoenas, things like that. Amendment 5, this one is relevant because although a person does not have to indict themselves, their devices can indict them if you have the information. So it's the person is not a witness against himself, but the device, the computer, the cell phone, things like that, those can be used. So it's important to understand those two amendments specifically. All right, and then we'll get back to this terminology that I was using here. So we have some people say computer forensics, digital forensics, network forensics, mobile forensics. All of this can kind of be encompassed under the umbrella of cyber forensics. So that word cyber, it seems like a old early 90s term that I wasn't particularly fond of at the beginning, but if you start looking around and you're looking at what our three-letter agencies like CIA, FBI, DHS, the terminology that they are using, which then typically becomes terminology that industry is using, you'll see more and more use of the word cyber forensics and then cyber security, right, to encompass all of those things. And then part of this also we have data recovery. So data recovery is not necessarily forensics, but you can use some of the same tools, some of the same techniques. Usually with data recovery, the big difference there is in data recovery, you know what piece of information that you're seeking to find, right? So you're trying to recover those photos, or you have a hard drive that you want that hard drive that's been damaged. So you might have to do something like some repair of changing out the pin connection so that it can be read by a computer. Things that you get into that are not as common that you'll need to send off to a place that specializes in forensics is getting down to the platter level. Things that you see on television shows like CSI are not necessarily realistic. So getting like an electron microscope, that's going to be on, again, those really high up three-letter agencies that are able to do that type of stuff. It's not going to be your local police department. Right. Right. The next thing I wanted to look at is, let's see, career outlook. So how do you get started in this career? I talked about a moment ago that you can have a civil or a criminal case. So when we're thinking about criminal cases, we're thinking about the public sector, right? And so we're thinking about law enforcement, people like that. We're thinking about civil, that may be within a company, or it may be you're suing a spouse for cheating or stealing from you or something like that. Let's see, the 2012 Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that a 22% increase in this field or related fields. And then according to this website, this Forensic Colleges, it shows the median salary around $75,000 in 2012. The highest 10% earned $120,000. Then another site from InfoSec again talks about the description of a forensic analyst as a trained professional who works with law enforcement agencies as well as private firms to retrieve information from computers and other types of storage. The salary information that they cite shows a starting salary between $50,000 and $75,000. Can increase. Analysts who move into senior managerial positions within consulting firms can earn between $100,000 and $200,000 a year. The job outlook, they give it a grade A. It's in high demand in a technologically driven world with abundant opportunities in public and private sectors. Job outlook is excellent. Especially good for analysts with master's degrees and pertinent certifications. So it has a faster than average job growth. And so I like to equate cyber forensics now to how project management used to be, is people happened into it. Cyber forensics has only been around in the government since 1984 when the FBI created CART. So it's still a very much developing field. Working in a field like forensics, you'll need to have a high set of moral and ethical conduct. You'll be subjected to, if you're working in the public sector, you'll be subjected to seeing crimes and images that could be disturbing. This is something that you'll have to decide, is this something that you can handle in your career, to see murder victims, child pornography, and things like that average citizens do not have to be confronted with on a daily basis. The thing to take from it, if you are one of the special people that can deal with this, is that you're helping to put bad guys away, right?